Yo, welcome back to the channel. It is that boy Dane back to you guys again with another video. And today I am going to be breaking down ASAP Rocky's new court case. Yes, unfortunately, ASAP Rocky is on trial for shooting a former friend of his. I actually did watch the first day in court, so I kind of wanted to talk about it because I did see there was a little bit of confusion, a little bit of misconceptions on Twitter. So I kind of just wanted to break it down just a little bit, go through this article from the USA Today, and show a little bit of highlights from the trial, just so that people can gotta get some more information, and also just give my opinion and break it down how the first day of trial went for ASAP Rocky. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. So first, let's just start off with the first part of the article here, man. Basically, ASAP Rocky is facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm in this criminal trial. He is also facing a separate civil lawsuit from his friend ASAP Relly. ASAP Relly, he was friends with ASAP. They grew up together. They went to high school together, and yeah, their relationship kind of went bad, and it kind of just went downhill. So what happened? Why is ASAP Rocky on trial? What happened in this situation that caused ASAP Rocky to go on trial? Bet. So basically, what happened was ASAP Rocky was returning from a trip in Barbados when offered to detain him at LAX before arresting him for assault with a deadly weapon. Basically, him and ASAP Rally, they got into an altercation in November, and they kind of got into it a little bit. Fight broke out, and I guess in the midst of the fight, in terms of trying to break it up, ASAP Rocky shot 2 shots towards ASAP Rally. And that's it. Now there was a video, and basically in the video, you guys can see that you can see the physical altercation between ASAP Rocky and ASAP Rally, and then there was another video in which it sounded like 2 gunshots followed by a man running around a corner and beginning to walk. But basically, they think the individual is ASAP Rocky, and they actually did show the video in court, but I'm not going to show it because I'm not trying to get this channel taken down for showing the video of somebody maybe shooting a gun at somebody. So now we are here. ASAP Rocky rejected the plea deal. Now, ASAP Rocky, they offered him 180 days in county jail. He declined it for reasons of, oh, it will make me look bad as a rapper if I take this deal. I don't know why he would say something like that, but that was his defense. Anyway, now he is, and it would also require 3 years probation, 52 weeks of anger management, and 480 hours of community service. Now, if ASAP Rocky is found guilty, he faces up to 24 years in prison. I ain't gonna hold you. I might have took that deal, bro. So ASAP Rocky's defense now is that it was a prop gun. um I don't understand. Basically, he was saying he was trying to de-escalate the situation. ASAP Rocky says that he usually keeps a prop gun for security measures, but he also does own numerous weapons and stuff like that. He does own firearms and stuff like that. So it's an interesting defense, I will admit. um so then, I started watching the trial. There were some other things going on in the trial I thought was kind of interesting, like the jury selection was a little rough. The judge, and they dismissed so many people because of biases, like, do you know Rihanna? If you do know Rihanna, or if you're infatuated with Rihanna, would that affect your judgment in the case? People had concerns about police. It was a mess. Like, jury selection was an absolute mess. So then we get to Friday. Opening statements began. The prosecution basically said, "Hey, we kind of have ASAP Rocky on video doing it. We have the shell casings for it. This is literally as simple as it gets. Like, bruh, they are fully convinced that he did it, and they're trying to basically say to the jury that this is as black and white as it can get." ASAP Rocky's defense is that it was a prop gun, and that ASAP Rocky's friend is trying to extort him. His ASAP Rocky's attorney said that, he, after the shooting, ASAP Relly texted him and said that, you tried to kill me. ASAP Rocky said, "What are you talking about?" And he basically said, "I'm going to get money." And the defense attorney also tried to argue or said that ASAP Relly wanted to file a civil suit, which he already did, but the lawyer for the civil suit said you need to file a criminal suit as well. So that kind of leads us into the trial. So that was pretty much opening statements. And then after opening statements and everything like that, they bring a cop on. I kind of just want to show you guys some clips from the actual trial because it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting and insightful. So let's just go to it. So I think one question that I think somebody might ask is how serious is this defense of ASAP Rocky using a prop gun? Now, to note, ASAP Relly gave the shell casings to the police. The police did not find the shell casings. ASAP Relly turned them in. I thought this clip was interesting while I was watching the trial, and it's basically ASAP Rocky's attorney basically saying something's not adding up here. So I want y'all to see this clip real quick.
Issue of the bullets recovered by Relly that didn't have Rocky's fingerprints, the police missed, and all that stuff, and the 9mm ammunition recovered in Rocky's home, that one magazine, 5 bullets or whatever. Most importantly, you're going to learn that the shell casings were completely different than the ones that Relly said he found at the scene gave to the police. Completely different. You'll learn that the 9mm ammunition in Rocky's home was a brand called Sig Sauer, and the Relly shell casings that he claims were found at the scene that the police missed were a brand called Federal. I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to show you the pictures.
This is basically the defense attorney showing the different shell casings and bullets and stuff like that.
I can't see nothing now, so can you scoot back a little bit?
Anyway, you guys get the point. So that was just in the opening statements. I wanted to also show you guys the cop because they did bring a witness, and this is a state witness who is the police officer.
No.
All right. So this is a star witness. This is Sergeant Thomas Zizzo. He was the star witness for the state, and basically he was the person who arrived on the scene to address the 911 call of the shooting that had happened. In his case, I think the state was trying to establish that he was going into it with the presumption that maybe the shooting wasn't real because they had only received one call, and it was a little fishy because sometimes they will get false calls, or maybe people who are homeless who might suffer from mental illness might sometimes call into the LAPD and report shootings and crimes and stuff like that. And he said he went there and he didn't find any shell casings. And the prosecution kind of was like, well, is there a chance that maybe you missed the shell casing even though Relly found it? And of course, human error, he kind of said, I mean, yeah, there's a possibility we could have missed it.
Kijevix, yes.
Was he there?
I believe so, yes.
How about John Cook?
Yes.
Okay. Gerard Sweeney?
Right here, he's trying to question, Rocky's defense attorney is trying to basically ask him, I don't know how it's possible that 7 people missed shell casings, but Relly found it. Which I thought is a fair point, right? Like if there's a good amount of cops there, I'm pretty sure that you guys probably would have found shell casings, but it is a possibility they could have missed it. So it kind of, is a little bit of a shaky thing there, but that's kind of basically where they left off at. Basically, the police officer is basically saying we could have missed it, and I think Rocky's lawyer is trying to establish that I don't really know how you were going to find shell casings if nobody shot an actual gun, right? Like if their defense is Rocky shot a prop gun, so you didn't find the shell casings, and I don't think it was because you and 5 other officers missed it. It's literally because there were no shell casings, and that's kind of basically how it ends off. Basically, that's kind of how the trial ends off. is basically just this idea that, you know, he went to the scene, he didn't find any shell casings. The prosecution is saying maybe you missed it, and that's why Relly was able to find it. And the defense is basically saying, but you weren't going to find something that wasn't there. So that's pretty much how day one ended of the trial. They're supposed to be back in tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to check that out. I just wanted to kind of just come on here and, you know, just maybe clear up a little bit of confusion. Do I think Rocky could win this case? I think it's possible, right? Like, I think from my experience watching a little bit of court cases, like I kept up with Young Thug for a little bit, is, you know, when we're talking about having to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, you know, even if the video is kind of damning that he shot something at Relly, Relly didn't suffer any injuries really. Like he had some injuries on his knuckles. And, you know, if you don't really have a weapon for the shooting, it's going to be kind of hard to prove with reasonable doubt. You know, he even brought up the shell casings from Rocky's guns, didn't even match the ones that ASAP Rocky turned in. It's a mess. So I think it does lead a little bit to maybe Rocky could beat the case, but it is going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be an uphill battle. But that is it for today's vid. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. I got so many more videos coming y'all way. And without further ado, I'm out, man.